Smash Bros. Originally came out for the N64 in January 1999. Since then, we've seen the advent of Smash Attack, Smash Ball, story modes of varying successes, and a multitude of classic Nintendo characters entered the fray, like Solid Snake. Nintendo. So in its 4th iteration for the 3DS and now the Wii U, is it worth jumping back into? The short answer is, Megaman's in it. So yes. Yes it is. Even though he's hard to master. Yes. 10 out of 10. In this review, I'm going to be specifically talking about the Wii U Smash Bros. Because frankly, it's better. The 3DS will give you your handheld fix, but the Wii U is where it's at. As a fair warning, I might mention some pre-announced characters we've known about for around a year now, because some of them are my favorite ones. So with that, let's talk about characters. Smash Bros. 4 supports the largest roster of fighters we've seen so far, and right off the bat, you'll start with a huge number of characters to select from. And the greatest thing is, a lot of the new characters feel completely different. Animal Crossing's Villager has the unique spacing attack of watering and growing a tree, while my personal favorite new addition, Little Mac, feels like a rock when jumping around and falling off ledges. He has almost no ability to make it back on the stage when hit off, and yet is an absolute beast at his ground game, with a combination of counters, powerful striking attacks, and quick mid-range strikes. Being on the ground next to him is a huge risk for any opponent. You also have a giant roster of new Pokemon and Fire Emblem characters, and it's nice to see Nintendo expanding these franchises. And while there are plenty of new Fire Emblem characters, unfortunately, the best one in the game, Lindis, is relegated to simply being a helper character. And speaking of which, none of the characters from my favorite Fire Emblem game, Fire Emblem 7 on the GBA, I love you, baby, made it into the final game, including the best Fire Emblem character of all time, Sane. He was all like, hey, I'm the best Fire Emblem character ever. Whoa, what's up, Lindis? You're looking good. Fuck you, Sane! Fuck you! Unbelievable. Simply unbelievable. Worst Smash Bros. I've ever played. 1 out of 10. On the upside, the new Smash Bros. Has a giant collection of music, even trouncing the track list of Smash Bros. Brawl. Smash Bros. Brawl containing 258 tracks, and Smash Bros. 4 including over 300. Also back in Smash Bros. 4 is my favorite mode from Smash Bros. Melee, the Event Challenges. Each unique challenge provides a way to earn trophies, items, and even stages. And speaking of the stages, Smash Bros. 4 includes a nice variation of heavy obstacle levels and simple platform levels, as well as a final destination mode for every single level. So stop complaining, competitive players. The loading times during these levels are incredibly quick and hardly noticeable. In fact, there's little bite-sized information tidbits during the loading screens, but the loading's so quick you'll never be able to read them, which sucks. In fact, the loading's too quick! I want to read them! Which you can, by clicking on whatever the hell the name of the button is that I can't remember at the moment. Online mode exists, but lag can still be an issue. There's also 8-man Smash now instead of 4, which is incredible if you decide you don't want to see or know what the fuck is going on. In order to accommodate this, Nintendo allows you to use every controller known to man. Wii U gamepad? Check. Wii Remote plus Nunchuck? Check. 3DS? Check. Wii U Pro Controller? Check. GameCube Controller? Check. NES Controller? Sure, well, why not? Sega Saturn Controller? Obviously. Ouya Controller? No. That one doesn't work. There are now even more single-player modes than before, just in case you don't have any friends. Like me. The aforementioned event mode, classics such as Target Smash and Multi-Man Smash, and even a board game mode, which is actually not that fun. But it exists! The only thing not included this time is a story mode, like what Smash Bros. Brawl included, which I don't miss, but I know some people might. There's even more I could go into, but, overall, I give Smash Bros. 4 a full stack of pumpkin pancakes with cranberries and walnuts on top out of a fox. It's almost wintertime, and nothing reminds me of why I moved out to LA from Chicago quite like Super Mario Sunshine. Now, Super Mario Sunshine was the second 3D Mario game to release, and after the revolutionary Mario 64, it had a lot to live up to. Mario 64 was often hailed as the game that brought platforming to the 3D space. Mario 64 was, at the time, both the best and most polished example of a 3D platforming game done right. No. No! Bad Sonic, no! Mario smoothly transitioned into